Hey, 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 happy Monday. Welcome to the Angel Channel show. I'm Lahr, and we are going to have a crazy journey tonight. Well, I guess the first thing you notice is that my cohort in crime, Michael Zinn, isn't with me this evening. Michael's gig at his studio is blowing up, and he's got some crazy good opportunities. So for the next couple weeks, I'll just be flying solo with my trusty cohort in crime, Jacob Decker. So please, bear with us for any screw ups along the way. Plus, oh man, it's April Fool's Day, and it's the very first day of Mercury retrograde in Aries. I don't know about anybody out there, but I've just had the wonkiest day, and I've been in a really terrible mood. I'm really excited about doing our cleansings tonight, jacking up, going on our little sound journeys, and kind of leaving the space for a while. Speaking of sound journeys, my friend and partner Leah Kittner and I are putting on a yoga sound bath, cacao grounding craziness day of pampering your soul on 420 of this month. So I've started sending out announcements. If you see one, please give me a like and send it along. And please come out and join us. It'll be great. We're out really wonderful little wildlife park next to a lake, and it should be a really amazing day. We'll get some good energy work in. You'll leave feeling better. All right. So before we get down to the nitty gritty, I wanted to share something super extra special beyond words. Like, this is a really amazing book. When I was first trying to get, I heard the call, and then there wasn't the internet. There wasn't a host of groups and things to go to. So I was a denizen of the local metaphysical bookstores. They were called New Age stores at that time. And this one particular one had this older guy who always eyed me. He was like the professor looking guy with the little round glasses. And one day I came in and I'm like asking if there are any groups or people that practice or anything. And I had been eyeing this particular book for a long time. I'm really a major bibliophile. And he pulls it out, and like I start going through it page by page by page, and I realize it's every single thing I want to know something about. At that time, I knew absolutely nothing about anything. This is an encyclopedic outline of Masonic, Hermetic, Kabbalistic, and Rosicrucian philosophy. This book has got crazy things in it. Yeah. And every single chapter is a different kind of magic. It has tarot, it has numerology, it has the pyramids, Egyptian magic, tribal magic. For a sampler of a buffet to go and taste all the food, this book can't be beat. It's by a guy named Manly P. Hall, and he was sort of like some people say he was the reincarnation of Hermes Trismegistus. He was tough because his volume of books about different subjects are endless. His meditation book, yoga book, amazing tome. So anyway, this let's see, there we go. This little illustration at the bottom of this was my very first interaction with the 72 angels of the name of God. That is a graphic, that is a graphic outline and diagram of the way the angels work out when you put them on an astrological wheel. And like it just really like hit a bone with me. I had just gotten my first crystal balls about 3 days before I kind of got into this. This book is so it's really deep. There's like so many different um parts to this that this thing on Pythagoras, I spent months on this alone, so it was just such a great sampler to see what really struck your fancy and ways to go down the road. So anybody out there wanting to give a gift, it's not all the 3D and 5D and like all the hip language of the moment, but as far as an encyclopedia of knowledge to give you a grounded and solid base to jump off into any practice, it's really super cool and good. Yeah. All right. So one last little bit of fun before we start into practice. I think I got. Let's go through the list or the light painting folder. I've had a really fun run with the light paintings that I've been doing lately. Yeah, mainly on the. Well, yeah, I keep forgetting. A lot of these are done with a black fiber optics brush on top of this painting. Hey, is anybody out there having a crazy first day of Mercury retrograde? Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Can we blow that up a bit? Can the box get bigger?
Oh.
Drag that corner down there. Technical difficulties.
Looks like this is about as big as I can go.
Huh?
It's about as big as I can go.
That's as big as you can get it. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one. Dude, I know this can go bigger. Yeah.
Zoom in.
Okay, so again, like we did last week, remember to just kind of keep this image of the little radiant light coming out from the center. And we're going to be doing that with our aura here very shortly. Hey, I just want to take a second to say, hey to Leah, Swamp Water Healing. Hello.
That's true.
Yeah, Sandy. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Hi, Deb. There we go. Brandy. I hope everybody's having a good Monday. And oh, there we go. Perfectamundo.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. These were done with some really deep, we've been doing some crazy hang on this one for a second. We've been doing some kind of crazy energy brightening exercises, and this was done right after we did that. And the breathing exercise I'm going to share with you guys tonight is called the 4-8, and it is amazing for generating energy. And I had just done about a 5-minute version of that when right before I did these paintings, and they came out just as really especially bright and intense. Let's check out the next one. Yeah, there you go. So that'll be you radiating out tonight when we brighten up, and yeah, it'll be really, 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 really fun. Connected. That's what we are. We are always connected through all of the selves of who we are, evolved all the way back to the source. You're never disconnected. It's not something you have to decide to go do. It's a connection you always have and is always there to make things cool and even and run in the flow of the way they should instead of against the stream and all the rocks in the river. All right. So I've just had the gookiest day and I am turbo coated. So we're going to do a really in-depth 4-band, 4-elemental grounding to kick off the night. So as always, let's start with 3 really deep cleansing breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. When you pull in through your nose, use your solar plexus or your second chakra to pull that in. Don't use your chest and your lungs. And when you feel full, pack it in a little more. And as you push out, release tension, release any thoughts of the day, carve away everything except this little bubble of time and this little energetic experience nugget that we're going to be in here tonight. Okay. And release the tension, and especially in your neck and shoulders. So as you're breathing out, just give it an extra little let go and really release that tension. All right. First breath. In through the nose. Super deep. Exhale. Really push it. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Into the nose. Really back it in and give it energy. And relax and release. Okay, let's take our auras, just like we saw in those pictures, and emanating from your solar plexus, just emanate that energy and brighten up your aura consciously. That's right, really make it glow. Radiating little tendrils of energy all around you in every direction. All right, we're going to start with our energy band of our aura. That's your fire band. And we're just going to start at the top and take that energy that we have and push down through that negative energy and just magnetize and draw and push any negative vibrations, any frequencies out of tune, anything that doesn't belong to you. All right, I ground any negative energy of any kind. Negative energy of any kind, of my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. Really scrape it. Push all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, right into the earth. I ground any negative energy of any kind, my own construction or anyone else's, in this frequency or any other. Push. Use your juice. Deep into the earth. Okay. So we're going to go to the second band now, your emotional band, the super bright one, the one that's always the turbulent sea of reactions to the input you get from the world and your inner world. All right, I ground any gooky, nasty, negative, emotional energy of any kind. Nasty emotional goo of any kind. Nasty emotional goo of any kind of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other. Fear, anger, rage, betrayal, pain, grief, embarrassment, envy, jealousy, jealousy, fear in all its faces and manifestations, fear in all its faces and forms. Ditch it all, ditch it all. One last quick scrape. Ground any emotional goo of any kind of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other. Wow, that feels so much better already. I'm going to move to the third band, to the mental band. I ground any mental goo of any kind of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other frequency. I ground any unused patterned energy, negative thoughts of any kind, gossip, circle thinking, obsessive thinking, ground any mental goo of any kind of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other. Okay. We're going to go to the last band, Earth Band. And that is your interface between your astral body and the outer astral world and your actual physical body. I ground any blockages in my manifested world of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency, especially any other. I ground any blockages in my manifested world in the material sphere of my own construction or anyone else's in this frequency or any other. I ground any blockages having to do with my finances, my job, Any health issues of any kind, give this one a really good push. Any health issues of any kind. I ground any blockages to any material plans moving forward. I ground and remove any blockages to my material plans moving forward. I ground any blockages to my material progress moving forward. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to do a banish of the room and create some sacred space. I wanted to share something different I don't normally use. It's Palo Santo wood. And it's one of my favorite cleansers. You know, there's sage, there's Palo Santo, there's cedar incense. There's a bunch of really, really good ones. But there's something extra special about this to me. And it has a scent that just kind of makes you feel refreshed and lifts you up. You know, sage can get kind of heavy sometimes, not to mention that if you breathe it really deeply, it's a carcinogen. So I really enjoyed this particular thing here. So I'm really particular about how I use these, and as much as I appreciate the natural qualities of all of these things, in the energy world, they don't really take on true effectiveness until you charge them with your own energy. So before you go to use a paddle stick, you know, you're lighting it up, you're getting it all good. These you want to get really nice and flamey, so it's really on fire. And then give it a good shake. And you're getting that blast, right? Oh, it's just delicious. And the way I'd like to end, so you're taking your right hand, whatever your projective hand is, your intent to clean and purify and lift the vibration of wherever you're at and your own energy, and you pour that into the stick, and then all of the smoke that's going off is full of that energetic intention, and then that's the thing that really, really makes it work. 1,000% instead of just kind of surface wise. So, and you know, try it out next time. And for those of you who haven't used this before, and this works with sage as well, I always try to open the front door and go around every single wall in my house when I'm doing a mega cleaning, every single house, and in a counterclockwise fashion until I come back around to the front door, and I get in the closets, I get up on them in the corners, wherever things want to kind of like collect and congeal and eat your energy. So this is really, really great stuff. And I like to use it, you know, counterclockwise is about sending away, clockwise is about bringing. All right. Let me break out the trusty bowl. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. I banish and clean this space and make this place pure. Wow. Don't jump out of my hand. I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. We come together tonight to create a sacred space and an energetic bond between all of us. We come to share in our joy and our bliss and our gratitude and our connection to the source. And the unlimited love and bliss that reflects back to each of us, available to us at all times. We ask that the angels be with us this evening. Each person's birthday angel, and the angels for the cards we do readings for. And we ask that even though it's Mercury retrograde, communication is clear, crystal, and that our ears, eyes, and hearts are open to hear, see, and understand knowledge and love we received this evening. So my friend Patty, who I'd go to a Tibetan bowl meditation every Friday, and it's a really wonderful group of people. I've been participating for a couple of years now. And, everybody's always bringing tricks to the party. And Patty's the person that, and her husband Rita are the people that initiated this group and are running it. And she's last couple of weeks had the greatest little coming out of the meditative state little trick. So I'm going to share it with you again. And I'll give full kudos to Patty Pratiti and for sharing this. And this is a Master Zhang thing. And it's, you run your hands together really, really hard, get them nice and heated up, do kind of a twist where you're creating a suction and hear a little suction go, right? Do that a couple times. And then you're taking your hands and just kind of going up over your eye ridge and across your forehead and down. And I just really have enjoyed, man, I've taken it on as my go-to. It's part of that now. So I share that with you guys as well. So our first card for this week is Mebabel, number 14, the angel of truth, justice, and liberty. Or sorry, I got that wrong. Truth, liberty, and justice. And the angelic way. I particularly love this card, the symbology of the little doves at the side, down at the bottom, like split apart, and the kind of orb of energy and the way that angel comes through and shares that space just always makes me really, really very, very happy. The tarot card that's associated with this tonight is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords is about seeing, it is about your world looking like you're in prison. One of the images on one of my favorite decks, it's got this king that's looking out over his domain. And on the balcony of the thing he's looking out are all these swords, so it looks like he's in prison. But then you look, and behind him is an open room, and all he has to do is turn around and stop looking that particular way, walk in another direction, and he's got an open road. So when it looks like a situation is closed off, when it looks like it's come to an end, change your perspective on it. Turn around and look at another part of this situation. Look at something not related to that situation and find an open door at the back of the room and leave. You never have to stay stuck in a prison kind of situation. It never was meant for you to be suffering. Life was meant to be joyous and blissful. And all of these little trials and tribulations and tests that we get from the world are just an opportunity for the world to see if we're really desirous of being of living in joy and bliss instead of fear and turmoil. I like the joy and bliss. It's way better. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the text, the reading text for that, Mr. Decker. And if you could blow that up just a bit. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Freedom has arrived. Look with objective, open eyes and see clearly how you have created the situation you are experiencing. Oh, good God. I know somebody laughing right now. Blend your creativity and imagination and your logic and reason. See these things clearly and use your powers to transform your situation. You can turn this thing around. Recognize where in your life you have power and rebuild your self-confidence. You have a tremendous potential for focusing on innovative ideas and releasing the necessary burst of energy. Stop backing yourself into a corner and deliberately trying to get yourself into seemingly impossible situations in order to force a really creative situation. Man, I need to read that about 20 or 30 times. Liberate yourself using your intuition and your ingenuity. Know that you will soon be free to fly like the wind. Believe and trust that there will be relaxation from all of your tension and fears as the pressures ease off and the whole situation just seems to turn around. This angel is really big about turning situations around and changing people's minds and exorcism and driving away things that don't belong to you and don't belong in your energy. And that's one of the things, that grounding, that 4-band grounding thing that we do. If you adopt that as part of your daily energy work, just like you clean yourself up, you go to you go out in the world, you go play, you get dirty, you come home, take a bath. That keeps the buildup of stuff that happens, from affecting your moods, affecting your thought forms, and you keep yourself just you, nothing else besides that. So I'm really very happy that we're getting to share that. And a few of you have gotten back to me that you've adopted it. Does my heart amazingly good. Thank you so much. I just wanted to, I just saw Grace Grella's here and just wanted to say, hey, Grace. And man, I keep missing your show. Like I got the little thumbnail thing right as you guys were wrapping up. Grace does a really amazing psychic show, psychic call-in show with Michael Zen. I think it's every second Thursday of the month. Perhaps she'll send me a little message and let me know about that. But I really wanted to get on this week and or this last one, and I missed it again. So anyway, if you get a chance, Grace Grella show, really super awesome, and give her a shout out. So I have a reading I'm going to do that was a request, and if anybody out there is looking for a live reading, I'm really in the zone, so let me know in just a few minutes here. Okay. Gonna get them shuffled up. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom about the heart's intuition. Ah, nice and juicy. Words of wisdom. Ah, number 72, the angel of endings and rebirth. That is so funny. The last angel in the deck. Could you bring that up, Mr. Decker, when you can? So Mercury retrograde. Give yourself extra time all week to communicate. Make sure, like, if it's something super important, that you double check your, you double check your email, you communicate twice, you read your email like 2 or 3 times and make sure it actually says what you mean, because this is Mercury retrograde in Aries, so it's got some intensity behind it. Okay. A very intense circumstance has gone awry. You are exhausted because you have chosen to direct your anger and frustration inward rather than saying what's on your mind. It has clouded your vision of how beautiful life actually is. The dream represents a promise. The actuality has to be worked for. Visualize clearly your dreams and personal hopes for a happy family if you wish them to be realized. Quit overanalyzing. Be more spontaneous. Allow your inner emotional contentment to radiate out in all aspects of your life, and you will know abiding satisfaction. There can be serious problems with your emotional families. They may be on a different path now. The group is taking advantage of you. The emotions of the group may be healthy within the group, but maybe too self-serving in the bigger picture. Maybe it's time to move on. And again, the word for this is rebirth. So the guided meditation, I shouldn't bust it out, but the theme of the guided meditation tonight is resurrection. So there we go. So, oh, Grace. Okay, awesome. So it's Thursday, April 25th at 7:00. Yeah. And we'll make sure to mention that again before we go. Speaking of, wow, I didn't do the cards. We'll do that later. All right, we are going to go take a little journey. We're going to start with a breathing exercise. In looking at the clock, we may run a little long tonight, just kind of warning you, I'm in no mood to hurry this evening. Okay, so this breathing exercise, along with changing your mental frame of mind, it's amazing for generating hot, healing energy in your hands. And anybody that does on-hands work, wow, I'm already getting jacked up. Anybody that does on-hands healing work, this is just such a great go-to, quick, like instantaneous turn on the furnace kind of scenario. So what this is it's called the 4-8, and basically it's whatever the count on the intake is, you double the count on the outtake. So this is going to be kind of a long one tonight. We're going to do 4 of the 4-8s. We're going to do 4 of the 6-12s, and we'll do 2 of the 8-16s. Okay. And while this is happening, and while you're in the middle of your meditative state, imagine your hands on fire, and they're just getting warmer and warmer and warmer. And if you look down at them, there's just little gold flames dancing all around and off of them and emanating out into the surroundings. All right. So without further ado, let's take really 3 nice little short in through the nose, out through the mouth. Here we go. All right, let's begin. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change it to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Change into 8. Twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and rest. Once you become aware of the light in your solar plexus, and I want you to draw energy in and brighten yourselves up. Make that light grow. Oh man, we're all crispy and bright and beautiful. Just keep drawing energy and building your glow, and make that sphere in the center of your solar plexus. Like when it feels like it's expanded out there, take your energy and compress that again until you can't compress it anymore, and then add more to it. Okay? Okay, you're off in the woods. And you're standing before this strange kind of square, cubish stone structure with an enormous wood door. It's kind of gray and kind of cold outside. There are leaves all over the ground. And sticking up in various places out of little outcroppings on the rolling hills are little clusters of crystals. And the whole area is just energized with electric energy. And as you approach the wood door, you reach out and you try to open it with your hand, but it doesn't open. And you step back and think that you really, really wanted to open. And slowly it begins to creak open. And it looks like it's just going to be this little tiny room. But as the door opens completely, you see this very long hall, and it's hewn out of solid rock. And the sides of the walls aren't rough, but you can tell that they've been hand hewn, and they're really precise. It's a perfect square that you're walking into. And even though the little hallway is dark, your light is shining really, really bright. And as you walk down the hallway, you see that there's a room down at the end. And you look at the walls looking for any kind of a sign for what it means or what's going on, but they're just perfectly smooth. And you run your hands down the walls as you're walking into the room. And you enter this large room that's about 12 by 12 by 12. You enter this cube. And there's a strange glow in the room, although there isn't any particular light source other than you. And you see in the center of the room a small pedestal with a crystal on top. And you feel compelled to walk over to the crystal, pick it up. And as you concentrate on it and you ride inside, it's telling you to look to the door behind you. And you turn around and you see that on one wall of the room is another door. And on the door are 3 sigils, 3 symbols. And you walk over to the door and you take the crystal and run it from the top down over the top of the symbols. And the door opens. And you walk into the room, and it's another like square kind of room, but it's perfectly finished. And it's like polished marble. And across the room on the back wall are lots of little small symbols that look like a language. But in the center of it is one large, deeply embedded sigil. And you stand to take in around the room, and you're looking around, and the room is empty except for decorations and markings on the walls and the floor and the ceiling. So you walk up to the symbol on the wall, and you take the crystal and you trace inside the shape of the sigil and step back. And the wall begins to fade away, and it reveals this huge, infinite light world, another place, another world altogether. And all of these light beings inhabiting this place on all these different layers, and there's light coming from everywhere, and you're just absolutely blown away. It's like standing on the rim of the Grand Canyon the first time, only like 1,000 times bigger. And in every direction, there's this whole society of these light beings. And at the very back, there's like a row of specific kind of tall beings. And they're kind of locked together, and around them is like really intense light beams of light. And they break their connection, and light streams out of the crack that they made, and a beam comes and engulfs you. And it's the most intense thing you've ever felt. And it's just filling you with energy. And you feel it getting more and more intense. And there's heat to it. And it just keeps enveloping you. And you can't move. And you realize that it's almost like wind. It's blowing against you, and you feel yourself moving against you, and you feel yourself burning off, and parts of you are just dissolving and going away, and all these layers of you are just being blown away until nothing's left. And you're right at the edge of not being able to stand it. And just at that moment, it stops. And you find yourself as just your light body. And you begin to float off the edge of the room and out into that world. And there's a music, a tone, a chime that just dances through the air. And there's a bliss everywhere that you experience. And a number of the beings came up and started to communicate. And they don't look like people, but they look like shapes of people, but in a form of solid light glowing. And then one particular being comes up and begins to talk to you, and you realize it's taking shape, and it's you. And you are talking to you, and you realize that you are in the world of your ally, the higher you on the next level of evolution. And you've gotten a treat and a joyous glance into that world. And slowly, several of them beings there start projecting energy into you, and you feel this love and warmth and acceptance, and your energy elevating, and your frequency going higher, and you're going up and up and up and up until there is nothing there but you, your light, and the source. And you realize you've been reborn into you in a new way. And that energy isn't just around you, it is you. You are now part of that eternal and infinite energy flowing through you and in and out like a river. And your ally comes up and takes hold of you and begins to push you back. And you've never felt such peace and bliss and the perfection of the moment that you felt in that place, and being removed from that and going back makes you want to move into that space as often as you can. And you find yourself back outside, the doors closed. And you smell a fire drifting on the wind from a far off campfire in the cold, crisp autumn morning. And a new day is arising. And you let your energy just glow and shine. And you're back. Well, slowly come back. I never want to come back. I want to just keep going. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And I hope we did okay by ourselves tonight. And you won't hate us and you'll come back next week. Thank you so much for everybody coming and participating with us. I love the energetic connection that happens, and that just keeps getting stronger every week. It really is turning into a magical event, and what could be better than that? So, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Any questions? No, yeah. Everybody's welcome. That's sending their thanks. Thank you for coming and sharing with us. So I guess until next week, we're going to close it down. We're going to send you off in a blissful state. And just remember, next week or two, just give yourself extra time to communicate, double check your communications, and just be really clear and patient with everyone and those you love. So thanks again. We thank you for sharing your energy with us this evening. We thank the angels for opening our eyes and taking us on an amazing journey. And we look forward to sharing time with you again next week. So for now, the sacred space is closed, and with all of our love to the source, till next time.